Hey everyone, welcome to Purling Through Life. My name's Melissa and I'm coming to you from the suburbs of Atlanta, Georgia. I hope everyone is doing well. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. So this is my channel all about knitting and crochet and yarn, and I like to share things with you such as my finished objects, works in progress, and yarn hauls. So today's video is a weekly update video to share with you all the things I've been working on in the past week. And I have 2 finished objects, 5 works in progress, and no yarn for this week. So let's get started with the finished objects. Now both of these finished objects are crocheted and they're new items. So I started and I finished them in the past week. And here is the first one. It is a hat, and there's no pattern for this. You basically just chain, I don't even remember how many chains I did, but you just crochet flat, and then when you feel the hat is big enough, you sew the ends together and cinch the top, and there you go. You have a hat. And these are half double crochets. And I used a 6mm crochet hook on this, and then just put a pom-pom on it. And I think I just said this, I do love this style hat. I really do. So there is that crochet hat. And before I tell you about the yarn, I'm going to show you the second finished object because it's made with the same yarn, and it is a scarf. So here it is. It's got a little bit of fringe on it. So there we go. Probably could do with a little bit more fringe, but I don't like, that's not my favorite thing to do. So there's the scarf. And this, again, I don't remember how many chains I did. But I knit it or crocheted it this way, the long way, and just did half double crochets until I about run out of yarn. I have this much yarn left. Maybe could have gotten another row, but I wasn't sure. I wanted to save some for the fringe. So since I do have a little bit more of the yarn, I may add more fringe. Probably not. I don't like doing it. So yeah, so I'm really, really happy with this. I love both of these. Oh, that's the back. I love both of these. And I did them in a day, well, a day and a half. So, and the yarn, and oh, for this, I actually used a 7mm crochet hook because this is a bulky yarn and I'm a tight crocheter, so I kind of wish I had done a 7 on this, but it's okay because it's a hat. It's, you know, it's all right if it's a little, it's okay if it's a little stiff. It's not too bad. But for the scarf, I was like, I really want it. I don't want it. I want it to not be so stiff, so I used a 7. And the yarn I used, now this yarn here, I do not have, I lost the label for this colorway, but I have another skein of the yarn in a different colorway. So here is what the yarn is. It is Michael's yarn. It's loops and thread. It's Barcelona Big, Barcelona Grand. Let's see, it's a 5 bulky. And I don't know the colorway of this one, but it was the same size. And I think last year sometime I must have crocheted or knit a hat, and I didn't, because it wasn't a full skein. It was nearly full. So in that process, I lost the ball band. But anyway, this is the yarn, just a different colorway. It's a 5 bulky. It's 100% acrylic. It calls for 6mm. It's 410 yards, 250 grams, and I'm not entirely sure that they carry this yarn anymore. But there's that. There's my 2 finished objects. And I really want to do the same with this yarn, make this another set. I was going to do it straight away, and then I just was like, I don't want to do that again. So maybe this week or next week or whenever I'll get around to it, because I do like how this came out. Especially, I really love the scarf. So there we go. Alrighty, so now on to my works in progress. So my first works in progress is Living in This Bag by Forbidden Fiber Co. It is a knit shawl / scarf called the Hitchhiker, which is a paid-for pattern on Ravelry, and I will list all of that down below if you're interested. I did show this shawl on a Whip Parade video that I did about a month ago, but I decided to get it out and work on it some. It's nice and easy, mindless knitting. So here's what I have so far. Here we go. So I'm not sure if the yarn is showing properly. It seems like the lighting is making it look a lot more purpley than pink. So here we go. Now you knit this way. It's knit in this direction. And the last time I showed it, I was here. So I've knit that much. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 teeth. And the yarn is so beautiful, and garter stitch is just so squishy. So there we go. There's that works in progress. I'm using I believe these are a 3.5, my high sharps. I think that's what they are. They're my interchangeables. No, I think these might be a 2.75. I'm not really sure. But I'm using my high sharps. And the yarn is a Miss Babs yarn. And here it is. And here's Miss Babs' label. Hope you can see it. So this is Miss Babs on her Tarte base. It's fingering yarn. And it is 500 yards, 122 grams. It's a nice big skein of yarn. 75% superwash merino wool, 15% nylon, 10% tencel. And this is the SAF colorway for 2022 called Orchid Fantasia. So SAF is a fiber festival in October. It is now October, so at the end of October is SAF. It's the 20th, so I'll be going, God willing. And I love Miss Babs' show colorways. Unfortunately, Miss Babs won't be there this year because Rhinebeck is the same weekend. So I'm kind of sad about that. So, but there's the yarn. And there's the shawl. And my second works in progress is in this bag. This is a Madder Root bag. And this is a crochet hat. And this is a tutorial, a YouTube tutorial by Siren's Crochet. I don't know the name of it, but I will list it below. And here this is. This is what I have so far. So, can you see the star stitch? It's the star stitch. Let's see. Yep, so it's a YouTube tutorial by Siren's Crochet. And this is what I have so far. I love the color of this yarn. I love this yarn, actually. So for this, I'm using a 6mm crochet hook. And the yarn that I'm using is this yarn right here. Whoops. This is a Hobby Lobby yarn, a yarn bee. It's called Easy Going, and it is in the colorway Eggplant. So this is, I'm still working with this, so I have 2 skeins of it. So this is what I have left to work with. And this yarn is incredibly soft. It is so nice to work with. I love how well it shows the stitches. I used this yarn last year in a green color to make a cable knit hat and a cable knit mittens, and the definition of the stitches was just wonderful. So I actually want to go this week and get more of this yarn if they still carry it. It's really nice. So this is all I have left of it, of all the yarn that I had. I didn't really buy that much, but I do really, really, really love this yarn and recommend it if they still have it. I feel like if it was on clearance, I would have bought a ton of it. So it is 60% acrylic, 40% polyamide. It's a number 4. It's 100 grams for 160 meters. And it's really, really nice yarn. So there is that works in progress. Now I have some socks to share with you, and they're both living in this bag by April 9 Designs. Now I did show these last week, so I'll show you the progress I've made on these. This first one I didn't make a ton of progress on. So this is just vanilla socks. And here's the first one. So I didn't make very much progress on this sock. So I was here, and so that's how much I knit. And the little stitch marker by Simply Serving. And the yarn is Nomadic Yarns. Let me see if I have the labels in here. I should. Yep, here we go. So this here is a cake of yarn I have left to work with. And here's their card, Nomadic Yarns. And the colorway of this is October Skies. This is on her twisty sock base. So it's a 2-ply yarn, 400 yards, 100 grams, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. Really fall, really beautiful fall colors. And so my socks, I knit, I cast on 64 stitches. I knit them top down. I do a 2x2 rib for 15 rounds, and I like a shorty sock. So, and then I like to do an afterthought heel, especially with striped socks. So this is where my afterthought heel will go. And this is the leg of the yarn, or really just the ankle of the yarn, because I like shorty socks. And I think this is about 20 rows. I do between 20 to 25 rows. And my needles I'm using are 2.25. And these are on DPNs. They're high sharps. And that's all about this. So I didn't make much progress on this one, but I thought I would show you. There we go. So there's that one. And then the other sock that I worked on is another vanilla sock, and it's tangled here. And here it is. Oh, so I was here. Now look at this stitch marker. This is a shame. This is another stitch marker by Simply Serving, but it's a bat and one of the wings broke off. And I don't know where it is to even try to glue it back on. So there's my bat with one wing. So I was here, so I've knit all that. So everything's the same. I'm going to do afterthought heel with this. It's a vanilla sock, top down. The only difference is I'm using magic loop with this one. It's still 2.25 needle, but I am using magic loop instead of DPNs. And the yarn is by Nomadic Yarns as well. And this one is called the Haunted Mask. And it is on their trusty sock base, which is a 4-ply. It's 462 yarns, 100 grams, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. So I have, Halloween yarn and then just fall yarn. And here are my 2 socks. And I have 2 other pairs of socks that I have as whips, but I didn't work on them at all last week. And my final works in progress is a crochet blanket. It's living in this bag that I love so much. I love this bag. My daughter got this for me for last Christmas, and she got it on Amazon. I need to see if this bag is still available and link it down below because it's awesome. And it's a knitting or crochet bag. It's got a lot of room, a lot of pockets. I just have to show you this one thing. I don't know if I've shown this before or if I've done it a million times. I don't know. But this front one, I love this. Look at all of the compartments of things for things that you can put in here. And over here, you can put your crochet hooks in here, your knitting needles. It's just, I love it. I love it. And then there's another zipper here. And there is, can I find it? There's another zipper here to put stuff in. And actually there's holes right here so that you can thread your yarn through there. I love it. And it's just nice and big and it's wonderful. And pockets everywhere. And on the inside as well. So getting back to the whip, this is a crochet blanket. It is the Faith Blanket by Helen Stewart. And here is my progress on it. I really love making this blanket. And so here it is. I don't know, should I back up? Is it good? Can you see? Okay, so the last time I showed this, I was here. And so I have done, from the white, I have done all of that. I'm very happy with it. I enjoy working on it so much. I really do. And the best part is, I'm so proud of myself. All of my ends are woven in. All the ends are woven in. Because I know me, and if I don't do that, the blanket will sit there. It'll be completely finished, but I won't use it. I'll just sit there because I don't want to weave in all those ends. So there we go. There's that. And I'm just going to, I don't want to get all the yarn out and stuff. This is Stylecraft Special DK yarn, which is, it's a DK yarn. It's 100% acrylic. It's really, really nice yarn. And there's like 7 colors. I don't know. Let's see if I can name them all. This is fondant, white, candy floss, silver, gray. I think this is wisteria. And this the purple is wisteria and the green is meadow. And the crochet hook I'm using for this. Let's see. I am using a 4.5. And I really love tulip crochet hooks. Those are probably my favorites. The clovers are a very close second. They're very, very similar. There's just something about the handle that I really, they're slightly different in the handle. And I get one. Yeah, they're just slightly different in the handle. But they're very similar. But I think I prefer this handle a little bit more. So, yeah, that is all of my works in progress and my finished objects I have for you this week. Like I said, I don't have any yarn. I do have yarn coming. Mustache Yarns had a 12% off sale. And so let's see. That is all of my, not all of my sock yarn. Most of my sock yarn. So I do not need sock yarn. And Mustache Yarns, they sell self-striping sock yarn. It's my weakness. So I have 2 skeins of that coming. Oh, well, I'm excited for it, though. So that's all I have to share with you this week. I hope you all have enjoyed this video, and thank you so much if you've watched till now. I appreciate it very much. I appreciate all of you so much. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next week. So until then, bye for now.